Good morning and welcome back. I'm in Taiwan now and we're going to go off to Hong Kong soon, just because we can. Hong Kong's got a notoriously dodgy airport there, depending on the wind direction. I laid in bed this morning until about 10 o'clock, and as you can see, I haven't shaved in my life, and I don't care. I was talking to some bullshitter yesterday on the internet who was going on about detention centres and shit like that. And I was telling them they're filthy, disgusting, horrible places, and the people that put people in there are filthy, disgusting, horrible people with no moral compass. And if the government turned around to them and said, we want you to start rounding up Jews, that's exactly what they'd do. That's how horrible those people are, that put people in detention centres. Right, scum of the fucking earth. Anyway, that's my little rant off for the day. Let's get going in our Tornado GR4 and on my world tour. Here we are in the north end of Taiwan. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Here we are, we get the map up. Got our weather for Hong Kong, which is pretty good. 150 at 11 knots, all the nines, few scattered clouds. 1011, no significant change. It's not actually very far, look, I'm here. And we're just going to whiz down the coast down to Hong Kong, which is there. What a perfect place to learn to fly, eh? You can learn to fly on the internet for free. You can learn all the intricacies of it. So when you actually come to do it, it makes life a lot easier, doesn't it? Okay, let's go outside. Check our controls for full and free movement. There we go. Everything's looking good. Full power. Back in the cockpit, check the engine power settings. All running up nice there, look. Turn the radar on. Okay, looks good. Brakes off. Let's go. All pilots train today in simulators. It's a very, very important part of flying training. In fact, airline pilots actually pass their test in a simulator before they actually get their hands on the real aeroplane. And I'm never going to get my hands on a Tornado GR4, am I? Well, I've flown around the world in it in the simulator. Not many people can say they've done that. Is there? There we go. Airborne, gear up. Wings back. Check outside. Everything's looking cool. Drop back. Okay, so we've got everything set for heading roughly that way, which is there, and I've got the terrain following clearance set to 1,500 feet AGL, which is what I normally do. That's above ground level. Let the airplane settle down now. 350 knots. Bit of a grotty visibility out today. I'm doing my bit for Britain, just like the Duke of Edinburgh, smiling and waving, hey, 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 that's what he does. And as you can see, we've got the map up there and we're sort of gunning down the coast of Taiwan here. We've got to cross the sea at some point. Let's have a look at Google Maps. Here we go, back out a bit. There's Hong Kong, that's our target there, so yeah, we could turn across any time now, really. So take the map out. come down to our heading bulb here, and let's go onto 240, and we'll see how that pans out. Everything's looking good, 6.5 tonnes of fuel left, turbine's looking good, RPM temperature's good, cool. And there we are, we've changed course slightly and we're heading off across the sea there back towards China. Okay, so I just googled Hong Kong airport and I've got lots of photographs, but what I'm really after is aerial photographs. Have a look at the layout, here we go, look. 1, 2 runways, terminal building seems to be in the middle. Depending on the wind, there's an unusual approach, I believe. Because there's a lot of hills. See that there, hills at this end. I really need to know the orientation of the runway. Normally pilots have got a book, you can buy books and you've got all this information, but I don't fucking bother. I just turn up and go, okay, that'll do. I don't talk to air traffic control either because it's a simulator, isn't it? Who wants to fucking grief for that? I just find out what the wind's doing, which direction I need to be in, and I just go for it. Laughing. Imperial War Museum, look, ducks with.
We reached out to RAF Marham and said, you know, this is an iconic object. We really need this to be able to tell the story of post-2001 conflicts. And we've been working with them for about a year, and a wonderful team there to identify an aircraft which has been involved in most of the significant conflicts since 2001, and then to disassemble it and bring it to IWM. And we'll be continuing to work with them to reassemble it, document that reassembly, and also to collect the stories of the air crew and ground crews who've worked with this aircraft during its service.
ZA469, eh? Well, that's cool. I'm glad they've got one on display anyway and don't scrap them all. They usually break things up quite unnecessarily, which always annoys me. Yeah, it's a shame you can't be a mercenary really, isn't it, and just fly these kind of planes and just go off and do stuff in them. But they don't pay enough. Certainly the Royal Air Force don't pay enough. And their pilots are all brainwashed, you know, system heads. They've got to follow the rules because their whole life they've been like brainwashed to obey. Whereas they wouldn't have that kind of control over a mercenary. He might do his own thing, or might do things his own way, which might not be the way they'd like it to be done. So it's not really a reality, is it? What's going to happen? Unless you work for a drug cartel or something like that, they might want you to fly a Tucano, you know, with all the guns on it, and like strafe soldiers and things like that on the ground. That'd be funny. Bombing prison walls, that'd be a good one. The RAF actually did that in the Second World War. Amiens prison in France, they dropped bombs, mosquitoes bombed the walls so the prisoners could all escape. And the resistance were waiting to squirt any Germans with bullets. Did actually work. Okay, we're halfway across the sea there nearly, look. What's this over here? There's a runway. Jinmin. And Xinjiang, that's an easy one, that one there, look on the island. Get Google Maps up. It is this one. Is that it? Yeah, that's it there. Hong Kong. Quick glance down, just under 6 tonnes of fuel. Doing good, everything's cool. 330 knots. Could go a bit faster actually. Turn the throttle knob off, increase the speed, and when the aircraft reaches the desired speed that you want to continue at, you just hit the throttle button again, and that will keep the aircraft at that speed. I think 500 knots is probably, since I'm not paying for the fuel, you know, just got to calculate that I've got enough to get there. And that's about it. Okay, 500 knots. Hit the bottom. Auto throttling again. Now look how much fuel will have used there. 57, so yeah, 0.2. Use a lot of fuel when you got those afterburners on. It won't last 10 minutes on full chat. See, a lot of people in the services don't realise, because the penny hasn't dropped, but think of the name, the services. They call it the forces these days because they want to sound hard, but it's actually the services, because people who are in service, right, are servants, aren't they? And they're all servants of the crown. And servants have a pecking order, right? And they've got a butt kiss to get on in life, because if they're rebels like me, they'll never get anywhere in the services, because they don't like our kind of people. They like butt kissers. They like people who are sycophantic, social climbers, tell all the right jokes, get the bow tie straight when they're dressed like a monkey in the fucking mess, and they can't have a piss, and they got to piss in an empty bottle under the table because the rules are you can't go to the fucking loo, right, in the middle of a meal if you're bursting for a piss. You think, oh great, that makes sense, doesn't it? Wankers. I mean, they are proper oddballs, some of the people in the services. I mean, how do you brainwash someone and order them to charge a machine gun position with bayonets fixed? I mean, who does that? You could say either a very, very brave person or a very stupid person. And for what? For what? What's the wages of the average squaddy with his bayonet fixed charging a machine gun position? Is he actually going to come out of that alive? And if he does, you can fob him off with a medal. Huh? I'm sorry, but I'm just not a servant. I'm sorry. I can honestly say, I'm in it for me. Like, what's in it for me? Why should I charge that machine gun position? How much are you going to pay me? Fuck off. I ain't charging no machine gun position. Bomb it with one of your expensive planes. Which brings me back to drones, because a drone can go and take out that machine gun position. And there's not even a person in it. Someone like me, anywhere in the world with a computer screen, sat there. Oh yeah, where's this position? Yeah. Okay, yeah, there it is. Wallop, boom, taken out. And so all those squaddies there don't get killed, do they, charging that stupid machine gun position because we just took it out. So this is the future. This is the future of warfare. Drones, right, controlled from computers from the ground by pilots. And you don't even need to be a Hossifer, right? NCOs can do this. Anyone can learn to fly. It's not hard. It's very, very easy, as I've showed you in all my films. There's nothing difficult about flying. It's dead easy. Now, another reason I'd be no good in the forces is because I don't like the British government, especially the Conservatives. I think they're all corrupt. Now, we've heard all this shite about Syria and dropping nerve agents and gassing people, and how it's all morally wrong, and that's why we've got to go to war in Syria. But there's another war going on in the Yemen, and it's Saudi Arabia that are dropping phosphorus. White phosphorus is a chemical weapon, okay? Dropping it on schools and children. Look, there you go. So why aren't we declaring war on Saudi Arabia? I'll tell you why. Because Saudi Arabia are dead rich, and they buy their air force from the British. Right? The British forces are in there training their army, and so we won't say boo to them. So it's all fucking bullshit, isn't it? I mean, look at her, look at that girl in the eye and say, no, you don't matter. Fuck them. I can never support the British government because they're corrupt. They're corrupt and rotten, right down to the core. I've seen what it's like inside their prisons, right? Vindictive, horrible, nasty bastards. I've seen right through them like lasers, and they can't bullshit me the way they're bullshitting you. Because you're there like a sponge soaking it up because it all sounds reasonable, but it's not reasonable. There's nothing reasonable about it. They're having you right over. They're taking half your money that you earn in tax, and they're making you pay more through the nose for things you didn't want or you don't need. like road tax and television licence, to name but a few. Fuck 'em. Anyway, chaps, getting back to the real world, the nice world, where no one gets killed. We're halfway across the sea now, as you can see. Here we are, that's us. And Kong Wong should be down there somewhere. Wait. So, there you are. It's British planes that are bombing the Yemen, right, and doing this. Alright, Saudis bought the planes and the Saudis are driving the planes, but who do you think services them and maintains them? You're responsible for this. You are. You might say, oh, I don't work for British Aerospace, or I've got nothing to do with the government, I have nothing to do with me. It is everything to do with you. And you need to speak up. These are your people that represent you. Do something about it. Okay, we've got our map up again. This bit bumping out there, look. Need to be aiming for that now. So let's get our map up. Yeah, we're pretty good. Might come right about 10 degrees. Let's see how that does us. Twiddle this knob here. I'm going to monitor that. Very dangerous weapon, this aeroplane. Very dangerous. As they found out in Yemen. What else is in the news today? Oh yeah, Prince Charles is going to be King of the Commonwealth. King Charles. Or will he call himself King Arthur? Because Arthur is one of his names and he can call himself whatever he wants when he gets there, can't he? King Arthur and Queen Camilla. Well, I'm not looking forward to that one. Queen's been around forever. She's been around all my life. I was born 1961, so she'd already been on the throne, I don't know, 8 years by the time I was born. And she's probably going to live to be 100 because her mother went to 100, didn't she? She's in good health, she doesn't smoke. And she's never said a word about anything for a whole reign, so we don't really know what she thinks, do we? Nobody does. Which is a shame, really, because, and I can see why they do that, because you might not agree with her. And you can see how politics, like, you mention politics to anyone and it causes a big argument straight away. Brexit, for example. So you can see why she stays quiet, because she doesn't want to upset anyone with her opinions, which I think is a big shame. And I don't know what she thinks, nobody does. But I like to think that she's doing things in the background. Because you have this nagging sensation that they're doing nothing. And I don't believe that's true. But I don't know. Honestly don't know. And this is a problem I think the monarchy's got, because people need to know more about them. Maybe they should have a YouTube channel and just the lower down the line royals, like Harry and Meghan, for example. I think they should have a YouTube channel and they should blog things, blog what they're doing, blog what their opinions are on things, because that doesn't necessarily reflect what the monarch thinks, because we're all different, you know. And then we get more of a feel on where the royals are coming from and what they're all about and where they're going. Because I'm actually in favour of the monarchy. I think it's a good thing, but I don't know it's a good thing. It's just my opinion, and I don't have enough facts to actually come to an opinion. I was a big fan of Princess Diana, Princess of Wales, and I would like to see her boys on the throne, well, one of them at least, and his descendants. I'd like to see that. I'm not anti-monarchy at all. Not keen on Charles though. Okay, so we've got our map back up. That's every 10 degrees, look to the right, and we seem to be heading more or less for that outcrop of land there, which is the target we were after. So our navigation has been pretty bang on. again on this journey. Okay, just checking the wind again here. 140 at 10 knots. So it's moved around 10 degrees. 140 at 10. Now, have a look at this. This is the runway. And 090 is this direction. 140 is this direction. So we're going to have to come in from the town itself, and don't forget there's all hills up here, so we're going to wang it round and we're going to land in that direction. Okay, there's Hong Kong airport, just there. There's the pound today, struggling at €1.13. I deliberately have this unshaven look, you know. I never shave, or very rarely. I use clippers and just take it off when it gets a bit too long and irritating. And I've done that on purpose to prove that I'm not a servant. Because servants have to shave every morning or they get put on a charge. But isn't it nicely now? Look at that. I'm not even bothering to tune these VORs in. I'll tune one in later when I get to it, but don't need it really, not at all. They've got some land in sight there, look. Might need to come right another 10 degrees, I think, just to tighten up the turn, because we're right on the edge. Round we go. Beautiful aeroplane, I love it, I really do. It's nice to fly as well. And it's better than soaking up bullshit, isn't it? The government are throwing everyone to sponge. Soak up like a sponge. Do you soak up bullshit like a sponge? I don't know. You have to ask yourself that question, don't ask me. Now it looks like we're getting somewhere. What's this? What's this one? Tung Lung. Can't quite. That looks like a good one. Hong Kong, the ORDME. Get in, tune in, nav 1, tune in, nav 2. Distance 131.3 nautical miles. So we won't pick that VOR up just yet. Fuel, which is a very important consideration, down to 4 tonnes. We've only got a mile to go, 100 miles to go, so easy going to make that. And we're doing 500 knots. Everything's looking good. See, I told you flying planes was easy, nothing hard about it. I do teach people to fly. I've got the Cessna 172. With X-Plane 11, that's probably the best airplane to learn to fly on. Gives you everything you need, and it's nice and slow, nice and safe. And do it, go for it. Learn to fly for free if you want to learn to fly. It doesn't cost anything. Just get yourself a computer, download X-Plane 11, and if you want to get a joystick, rudder pedals even better. They're not expensive. I got mine second hand on eBay. Anyone can learn to fly, and anyone can fly around the world. They really can, in real weather, and the computer graphics are only going to get better and better, as I've said before. Okay, there's me there on the GPS, and I'm heading up here somewhere, so I need to come left a bit, 10 degrees maybe. Edinburgh. That will do. I've never actually been to Hong Kong before. I haven't been to most of these places. I'm just going there, making it up as I go along. It bore the shit out of me being an airline pilot, though it would. I mean, I know the money's good, but straight and level. I don't like flying the right way up. I like to break off from my world tour now and then to do a bit of canyon flying and try and kill myself in a valley somewhere. Great fun. Looking pretty much on target there. Still haven't picked the VLR up yet. 90 miles to go, 90 miles on GPS. Computer dead reckoning 4B. Mark 4B. Doesn't go fast enough for me. Only goes up to 190. Very useful piece of kit, by the way. If you're learning to fly, and you want to get one of them, works out your wind and everything. ETAs, very good. There's a lot of unnecessary mathematics involved in flying, and it's completely unnecessary. I like to simplify everything. I don't do pounds, I do kilograms. I don't do gallons or imperial gallons or US gallons. I do litres. Work everything out in metric, it's much easier. Problem is most aeroplanes are built and designed in America and they all use pounds and ounces and rocks and stones and things, and US gallons, which are completely different to an imperial gallon. And then you go to the pumps after you've worked out your weight and balance and you say, I want so many US gallons, and they said, oh, in litres, mate. 76 miles to go. Probably pick up the beacon at about 50 miles at this altitude, allowing for the curvature of the earth. You see radio waves only go in a straight line, so the lower you are, the closer you have to be to pick these signals up, whereas the higher you go, you're more likely to pick it up at a longer range. Okay, whizzing straight in here, not unfamiliar, totally unfamiliar with Hong Kong, never been there. Gonna get the Google map up, let's see. Okay, so we've got these two big islands, the third island over there. And we're jammed between these two, and the runway is right there in the sea. Okay, know what I'm looking for now. Honestly, the news is shite. I listen to the news, Sky News, on the internet sometimes, and it's all full of shite. They don't mention the war in Yemen, the British are supporting. They just mention, oh, some football managers decided to quit. Oh my God. And they go on and on and on about football and just shite. Okay, well, it should be coming into sight soon. Put the map up. Not far away now, zoom in a bit. Range 33 mile ring there, look, so not far to go at all. 37 miles in fact, according to the GPS. Okay, we've got some islands appearing now, and I do believe this is Hong Kong. Okay, well, there's another big runway here. There's two runways just on that island there. And this island, this one here, can't quite see where that one is. Must be in there somewhere. So it looks like we're going to go to this one then. What's that? Sheep calling it a field. And this one. Hong Kong International. That one will do then. What was the wind? 140. Okay. 140 is that way. So we'll come in from the other end. Fair enough. Details. 15011. on. Let's go for a little nosy. Start slowing the bird down, the wings out. Well, this looks to me like where I should have been going. Doesn't appear to be anything there. Okay. We're going to beat it up anyway. And then the proper one's over there somewhere. Okay. It's a shame, I wanted to do this one. So we're going, that's Hong Kong International, and we're going to be landing from the other end. I know all you air traffic controllers out there are going to be loving this approach. It's called the beat up and landing. Supersonic beat up. Get it. Is there anything on finals? It's a bloody well, I haven't got. How much energy you bleed away in the turn, sir. Here down. Okay. Got really slow and jerky now. Oh, that's fucking shit. Frame rate is just gone. Pause it in there. That's better. Didn't like that for some reason. Okay, speed 173, bit more power. Hate it when it starts glitching on you just as you're coming into land. Mix away. Extender.